Good morning all, it's Peter Jane here. Thought I'd talk to you before I'm going to do Joe Wicks this morning. He does a seniors group, low impact. I think it's about 15 minutes, about 6 exercises, and he does them through twice. It's quite good actually. So I thought, right, well some of the exercises are sort of like the Pilates one, so I thought I'm going to do that each day. So I've just come in from my walk, got everything off, and I thought, well, before I start Joe Wicks and then be puffing and huffing, I'll do the little video first. I have no water this morning. The men, I've got the water at the road up outside. The men are replacing some pipes in the house next door, and my water main is part of it, so it's been switched off. So rushed to get up this morning, fill kettles and bottles and stuff. It's off until 2. So I've got the kettle full, I've got a couple of jugs ready, saucepans ready, so I think I'm okay. I'll just restrict my flow intake of drink in case. So that's through my routine this morning. I'm finding I'm getting into a bit of a routine. I seem to be a routine person. If my routine's thrown, I sort of get into, well, it's thrown. So it threw me this morning, and I've got to take my pills when I got up. My first thing is get up in the morning, get my bowls out for my cereal, get my pills. So I'm supposed to take all those before I have my breakfast. So I was just sort of putting the bowls in the sink for washing up, and I thought, oh, I haven't taken any pills. That threw me, so I've had to do those after breakfast. So I'm finding I have to remind myself to do things, and of course I'm short of some of my tablets. So I've got to go down, take the prescription down, and then I always forget to pick it up. So I make myself little notes. Oh, this is one of them. I have it on the side, and when I've got to go and collect the prescription, I put this. I write this out, and I put it on the work surface. And I keep looking at it and keep thinking, oh yes, I'll go down and collect prescription. And oh no, who's that? Hold on, please.
Hello, your call can't be taken at...
So sorry, it was one of those, we want to insure your washing machine. Another one for today is remind me at 12:30 I've got to talk to Emma on Zoom, all about her work. So we have half an hour with her, telling me yesterday that she was doing the Grecians in history. So I had a little chat about that, and then I found that on my chat call I called her Alexandra, so she'd be cross about that. Talking about Alex. Oh, boys! Oh, it's the men. It's the men going in and out down the cellar, because it sort of backs onto my bedroom windows, and my windows open. They can hear men talking. That upsets them. So we'll have a lot of that today. Rushing in and out, barking at the men. Alexandra and Becky up north. Rob might be home today. I haven't heard anything this morning. We've just changed, sorting out his tablets, and if they work then he'll be allowed home, but I haven't heard any more, so hopefully that'll be today. What else? Oh, another thing about notices I have to put out. In the summer, if I usually put my washing on before I go out with the dogs, and then when I've come back, it's done and it can go out. And 2 or 3 times in the summer I've sort of sat there in the afternoon and sort of went into the laundry room and thought, oh, the washing, I'll put the washing out. Oh no, missed the best of the day. So my granddaughter made this for me. So when I've done the washing, put the washing in, I put that on the work surface. So I keep looking at that to remind me that I've got to put the washing out. Oh, the joys of getting old. But the thing is, you've got so many things rushing around in your head, and when you live on your own, you've got nobody to remind you. You can't say to somebody, oh, remind me I've got to do this today. You've got to keep reminding yourself, and there's so many things you've got to remind yourself. I write lots and lots of notes, and leave them all over the kitchen to remind me to do this, do that. go to the bank, go to the post office. I have a girl on a Monday afternoon. She always leaves on her doorstep her weekend newspapers and magazines for me. So I've got a little note saying for Mondays, Sharon. So when I walk round with the dogs on a Monday afternoon, I take them through the field and then up round the top and round her road and pick up my bag of newspapers on her thing. Quite often she'll text me and say, you didn't pick up the newspapers? And I think, oh, I've forgotten. So I have a little note now on a Monday to go and pick up the newspapers. Because I'll get home and think, oh, I never went round that way. So yes, there's too many in your mind. What else we got? Oh, I went up and collected my food yesterday from Rachel's and had lovely roast dinner with them. She does it early-ish because she's home on a Tuesday, so she did it. She said she likes to have a roast midweek, so when she's home, she'll do a roast. So I had a lovely roast dinner. I got home here, I suppose, about 6:30, which was quite good. So it was lovely to see them for a couple of hours. See Francesca, have a chat with her. She's obviously working from home, so she's quite nice because when she's at college on a Tuesday, it's a long, late day and she doesn't get home till very late. So Rachel's quite glad because she's not out in the dark, waiting for buses and trains. Boys, stop it. So it was nice to see her for a couple of hours. Might see them at the weekend for lunch. So that's good. It's lovely to be able to have her, because otherwise I don't see anybody unless I'm out walking. Did see a couple this morning on the green. I saw a young girl walking across the green. I've seen her a few times, and obviously she's doing her exercise. So she was quite near to me this morning. I just shouted out, "Good morning," and she looked across and said, "Oh, hello." And I thought, I bet she thought, "What is that old dear calling me?" Anybody that goes by, I'll just say good morning, whether or not they answer. It's up to them. So I'll speak to everybody. Vaccine seems to be getting a bit near. Oh, another gentleman on the green, he asked me how I was, and I said, fine. So he said, I'm counting down the days to the vaccine. He said, I've been told it's February the 15th that we'll have it, the over 70s. I said, oh, is it? He said, yeah. I said, oh, well, won't be long. I said, perhaps it'll be a birthday gift for me to go down and have my injection. So hopefully it's getting a bit nearer. It seems to be that the over 80s are getting it. A couple of friends of mine who are over 80. Another friend of mine, her husband's getting it today, but he's not. He's sort of late 70s. But, hearing of a few of the over 80s are managing to get it, so that's good. Just wonder whether my brother is going to get it soon. I hope so, because he'll be 80 any minute, and he's shielding. So, and I'm hoping Rob will get it. Whether or not I'm hoping they'll give it to him before they come out of hospital. But if the hospital hasn't got the vaccine, then no, you won't. Spoke to my cousin yesterday. She asked me, had I sent her a Christmas card? I said, yes. Oh, she said, well, we never had one from you. She said, I did get a bit worried, but then she said both the boys got one. So I said, oh, yeah. So she said, well, in actual fact, there were 4 people we didn't get cards from this year. And then I heard on the news that they were saying that the post office were still trying to catch up with Christmas post, and that there'd been a problem with stamps over Christmas, and a lot of places hadn't got their Christmas deliveries properly. And I thought, oh, that's possibly why my cousin didn't get her card. But I wasn't aware that there was a shortage of stamps. But then thinking of it, when people weren't going out and perhaps were just sort of sending more Christmas cards, perhaps there was a shortage, but I didn't come across it. What else? Miserable morning. I was saying to somebody on the green this morning, now, do I like it wet and milder or dry and cold? It said sunny and dry. I said I didn't put that into the equation. So he said, I think dry, dry and cold. And I said, yeah, but when it's cold, I really am cold. I don't have a very good thermostat. I'm useless with my thermostat. I'm either bitterly cold or very hot. I just can't seem to regulate myself properly. So I'm in here when it's cold with a hot water bottle and a blanket all wrapped up. If I'm sitting around, that is, wrapped up to keep myself warm. And luckily, when I sit down, if I sit down to relax with a cup of coffee, and the dogs get on top of me on my lap, so it's a bit of extra warmth for me. And then in the summer, when it's lovely and warm, I get so hot that, you know, if it's really hot, I can be passing out. I can't keep myself cool enough. So I haven't got a very good thermostat. I haven't had ever. So that's probably. I did think it might have been an age thing, but when I think back now, as a teenager, I was never very good at monitoring myself. Nothing else much today, I don't think. I'm going to try and finish this bit of painting. I'm going to do Joe Wicks in a minute, and then perhaps finish that bit of painting, and then it'll be time for Emma and Zoom. Then it'll be lunch. Can't do much in the way of cleaning or anything because of no water. I suppose then I can, if I've got time, might do a little bit of jigsaw. Don't tend to do much in the afternoons because I've got to be thinking about getting the dogs out before it's raining or before it gets too miserable or dark. So I'm sort of always gauging myself after about 2:30 to when I'm going to take them out quickly. And then by the time I've got back and done that, it's time to feed them and start sort of settling down because it's nothing much, because it's getting dark and nothing much I can do. See what's on the telly. I've been watching the last couple of nights, I think it's the last night tonight, the Pembrokeshire murders. It's quite good actually. I'm not into murder things, but I like to watch things that are true, and this is a true story. So that interests me. There's a couple of bits where I looked away. I wasn't too happy with. But no, I'm a bit of a wuss when I watch stuff. It's again being on your own. You haven't got somebody to hide behind or snuggle up into and say, I don't like that bit. So I don't like murders and anything with shooting and blood and gore. And yet I can watch 24 hours in A&E. That in the evening, if there's nothing on, I'll watch that. It really interests me. I can watch that. I mean, I look away if it's really nasty, but that really interests me. I don't know why. A lot of people say, oh, I couldn't watch that, but I can. Flogget, it's one of mine. Love Flogget. Something for Nothing. Quite like that one. Oh, can hear water. Water shushing through. Perhaps they'd turn my bit of water on. Oh, that would be. I'm thinking, well, where's that? That must be in the loo. Oh, that'd be interesting. That was quick. It said until 2:00. Or perhaps they found the problem. So that would be good if that's on. I mean, they don't come and knock at your door and say we're turning it off. I mean, I had a letter last week to say it would be happening, but they don't come and say we're turning it off now, madam. Are you okay? I think they would. Yeah. In fact, when I walked around with the dogs, I went round and had a look and peered down the hole. And I said, good morning, and they said, good morning. I said, oh, I live just there, that red roof. Oh, do you? And I thought, oh, he's not bothered. I thought, well, I'll just let myself know in case you need to ask me anything. But he wasn't bothered where I lived. He just thought I was a nosy old neighbour, which I am. So hopefully we have a good day today. You have a good day. Let's positive side. Vaccine's on its way. We could be thinking about holidays, summertime. I'm watching the little bulbs coming up, tulips are not, you know, the leaves are coming through. And my clematis outside the back door is absolutely chock-a-block. Clematis, not clematis. Camellia, my camellia in a pot outside the back door is chock-a-block full of buds. So I'm hoping they're going to burst open, because last year I had that and we had a hard frost and I lost them all and I never had a flower. So I'm hoping this year that I'm going to get some flowers off of it, because it's just heavily laden, so it'll be lovely. Hello, Mr. Robin. He's just come onto the bird feeder, picking up some of the bits. I put a few sultanas and currants cut up for him, or for them, for the birds. I wonder if he's picking at those. Oh, he's now up on the fat balls, swinging around. So I think that's about it for today. Had a good night, slept quite well. Did wake up early this morning because I was thinking about the watermen, wondering what time they were coming. The school buses are still coming through. They wake me up in the morning. They come and stop. I don't know whether they're picking anybody up. You know, the secondary school buses. So I suppose there are some of those children going in, but I don't hear the chatter. You usually hear the children chattering, waiting for the bus to come. I don't hear that this morning, so they're still coming through. And then I was waiting to, I was expecting to hear the bang crash of the men arriving. They were very quiet, actually. I think they might have come along about 7:45, because as I looked out, I got up and had a look out, and I could see a sort of a lorry there, but they didn't start doing any work until later. Another lorry came up, so they're probably waiting for each other. So that's all I can think of today. Speak to you tomorrow. I shall make myself a list today of what I've done and all that, so I can tell you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. It's the problem. I sit thinking, now what am I going to say on my little video? What have I done? So I must make a list each day to remind myself what I've got to tell you all. So have a good day, everybody. Speak to you soon. Bye.